Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Jen, and this is A Better Life with Jen. And today I am coming at you with yet another taste test. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I love to do taste tests of healthier, high protein items. And today I'm going to show you several different high protein chips. Now, it seems like these days everything is advertising that they have protein added to them. Do you need to have high protein everything? There's high protein pasta, there's high protein chips, there's high protein water, there's high protein sodas. No, you don't need extra protein in everything you eat, but sometimes it's nice if you do have trouble getting in your protein to use one of these fun snacks or maybe just try them. So today I am going to try several different chips slash crunchy protein added snacks. So let's get started tasting. The one I'm going to start with first is probably the most interesting to me, and that is this one right here. And these are called Wild Protein Chips. They come in several flavors. This flavor I got is chicken and waffles, which is very fitting because these are actually made with chicken. Very interesting. So the number one ingredient is antibiotic-free chicken. Then they have some tapioca starch, and some egg whites. So yeah, they're high protein. This bag right here has 2 servings in it, and each serving is 10 grams of protein. So this bag right here would be 20 grams of protein. Now, one serving has 10 grams of fat, 8 grams of carbohydrates, and 10 grams of protein. So let's try the chicken and waffle chips. So they look just like a little chip. They just look like potato chips. This one's actually pretty good. The texture, it's a little bit dry compared to just a regular potato chip, but I like this flavor a lot. You can taste that, the waffle, you can taste the maple syrup. So this one I actually really like. So, you know, pretty good protein source that isn't just an added protein powder. It's actually made with chicken. Now, moving on, this was another new brand that I had seen, and these are Simply Protein Tortilla Protein Chips. And I have the flavor sea salt here. And each serving has 7 grams of fat, 11 grams of carbohydrates, and 7 grams of protein. So not actually really that high for a protein snack. And these have white corn flour with pea protein isolate is where they're getting their protein. So we'll give these a try. And they look just like a regular tortilla chip. And they taste just like a regular tortilla chip. The texture's slightly different, not quite as light and crispy as a tortilla chip, but they are crispy. They have a good flavor. This is sea salt, so it honestly tastes like a tortilla chip. And if you were dipping this in salsa or something, you would not be able to tell the difference. So if you wanted to get a little bit healthier tortilla chip option and add a little bit of protein, these are pretty good. Now we're moving on to another tortilla chip. And these are the Quest tortilla style protein chips. And this I got the flavor loaded taco. Now I love Quest protein bars, so we're gonna give their tortilla chips a try. And this entire bag has 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbohydrates, and 19 grams of protein. So really good high protein. And these use a protein blend, which is milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate. So we're gonna go ahead and give the Quest protein chips a try. They smell like Doritos. Those are really good. They absolutely smell and taste and look like nacho cheese Doritos. You would not know the difference if you were having these. These are really good, very high protein in this bag. I would have these regularly. Now the next one we're going to try is another high protein tortilla chip, and this is from the brand Legendary Foods. And I really like Legendary Foods' other protein products. They make a protein pastry, like a Pop-Tart that I really, really like. They also make some protein donuts. And this flavor I got are the pizza flavored popped protein chips. And this entire bag, which it feels like a lot of air, but this entire bag has 8 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 grams of protein. So pretty similar to the Quest chips. And these use a protein blend of casein and milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate. So very similar to the Quest chips. So we'll give the pizza flavored chips a try. They smell like pizza. And they look almost kind of like a rice cake. If you've ever had the Pop Crisps, that's kind of what they look like. Very good. They do have a texture similar to the Pop Crisp, but they taste really good. I definitely taste marinara sauce. All right, the next one we're gonna try is the brand Pure Protein, and they also make protein bars that I've had. In fact, I did an entire taste test video just on Pure protein bars. These are popped crisps, so I think they're gonna be similar in texture to the Legendary Foods. And this flavor is hickory barbecue. And these have pea protein, lentil flour, and rice flour as their protein. So these are a plant-based protein. And this bag has 6 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbohydrates, and 12 grams of protein. So let's try the hickory barbecue protein crisps. Those are really good. The flavor is great. They taste like a barbecue potato chip. The texture is sort of a cross between a chip and a rice cake, but they're really good. And like I said, the flavor is very good. All right, now we are moving from savory to sweet. And the first one I have are protein rice cakes. So I love rice cakes, and now Quaker is making a mini rice cake with added protein, and this is chocolate caramel. So each serving of rice cakes, which they say is about 16 of them, so I think they're gonna be little, is 4.5 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbohydrates, and 6 grams of protein. So once again, not very high on the protein. This would be just something if you wanted a little chip, but not gonna be a really great protein source. And these use pea protein as their protein. Ooh, they smell really good. They smell like chocolate and caramel, and they look just like a mini rice cake. Those are really good. Nice, sweet, light. You can taste the chocolate, the caramel. Texture is great, especially if you do like rice cakes. I think these would be amazing to use as a dip for like a protein Greek yogurt. If you wanted to get a little bit of extra protein and some crunch with these, I really like these. Now, the last item we have is another sweet one, and these are Crisp Power Protein Pretzels. And they do make savory flavors, but I got the sweet, and these are Cinnamon Crunch. So this bag, which is a pretty hefty bag, has 7 grams of fat, 15 grams of carbohydrates, and 26 grams of protein in this bag. So this one is, you know, very good source of protein. And they use wheat protein and carob seed protein. Interestingly, I've never heard of that one before. And then soy protein. So let's give these a try. And they look just like mini little pretzel rings. Nice and crunchy, texture's great, just like a mini little pretzel. I really like that cinnamon crunch. You can taste the cinnamon sugar. Once again, if you're looking for something sweet, and an excellent source of protein with 26 grams of protein in this bag. This is gonna be the highest protein of any of the options. So if I had to pick my favorite, Of the sweet, I definitely really like these protein rice cakes, but they're not very high in protein, but the flavor is really good. Of the savory, I think I would go with the Quest loaded taco. Completely, absolutely 100% tastes like a nacho cheese Dorito and a really good dose of protein with 19 grams of protein in this bag. These Simply Protein tortilla chips are also very good. They just don't have very much protein in them, so only 7 grams in a serving. You're gonna get a much higher dose of protein with either the Legendary chips or the Quest chips. But I think of the savory versions, the Quest chips would be my favorite on flavor, and they do have a great dose of protein. So I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these fun protein chips and crunchy protein snacks. Comment below if you have tried any of these or if you've tried any other protein snacks, especially if you have anything that you would like me to try. I would love to do some more videos testing some protein items out there. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead, give it a like, comment, subscribe, all of those things. It really does help me grow the channel. And as always, I appreciate everyone watching, and I will see you next week with another video.